All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a very, very long minute for you guys. I actually did upload video, but it got taken down, so we will not talk about that. But today we're playing Cast and Chill, the demo, a game that's been on the wish list for quite a bit. I believe it comes out fully next month, so I'm quite excited. Art style, I know a lot of people said that this is a unique art style, but I gotta be honest. Y'all ever played Kingdom Come? Not Kingdom Come, like Kingdom Two Crowns, Kingdom Two Crowns, or Kingdom New Lands. Like I think this has like the same art style as that. So, you know, yeah. But I love fishing and I love chilling. So put two and two together, it's gonna be fun. But we're not just gonna be playing this game. Actually wanted to talk about One Piece, the One Piece. In high school, people would always tell me, "Oh, check out this anime. It's pretty cool." This and that. And I would always say, "Nah, I think I'll pass. It seems a bit long. Seems a bit long for me. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea." And every time someone would tell me about it, I would like start the episode or like start the series, and I would watch like the first part, but I would never like actually get into it. Like I don't know, like the very first like few episodes just weren't enough to pull me in. But yeah, yeah, they just weren't enough to pull me in, and that went on for like years until last year. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna just read the manga, and so I started reading the manga. I want to say read up to pretty much. I forget the name of the arc, but when they go up to Usopp's island, and they when they pretty much right when Usopp joins the crew is when I started actually watching the anime, and then from there I watched until Drum Island, which is with Chopper when Chopper joins the crew. Actually, no, I lied. I actually watched until like maybe 70% of Alabasta, and I said I gotta be honest, it was rough, and I was on the verge of calling it quits. It wasn't quite fun, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be fun. But yeah, it was looking rough for Alabasta, looking real rough. I don't know what it was. I think it might have just been pretty slow or something. I, I don't know. It was just not too good, not too good at all. But yeah, I think I don't know. I can't really say what it was. Like there was a moment where Luffy was gone for like 30 episodes, and it was just really rough. And they were showing like other character stories, like just their fights in general, which is fine. That's not a bad thing. But I don't know. It just Luffy was gone for like 30 episodes, and it was like, bruh. And I almost dropped the anime because of like how boring Alabasta felt. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just read the rest of Alabasta. I did. The ending was pretty cool, where the crew leaves and Vivi's not going with them, and Vivi's like telling them, and then she puts up her little. She puts up her arm to show the X that all of them have an arm. That was cool. It was because it made the slowness of Alabasta worth it, right? And then after Alabasta, there's a couple. There's what? There's something before Skypiea, I think, right? I think in my they sort of went straight into Skypiea, but pretty much the next arc was Skypiea, and that arc, I think so far has been my favorite. Um, I think what really made it my favorite wasn't. Hold on, wait. I actually gotta mention something. In the manga compared to the anime, some of the names are different. In the manga, Zoro's name is Zolo, so I may or may not just keep saying Zolo. Um, and Enel, which is that god in Sky Island, his name is Inuru in the anime. I mean, in the manga. So, but in the anime, it's Enel. So if I say name differently, just know that I don't know if it's like a translation thing, but the name of the manga isn't like the same compared to the anime. I think it's only with like the double L's or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. But and now I think was probably one of my favorite antagonists so far, just because he was kind of like a god, and just the way Luffy's powers were like reacted to it, I think was pretty cool. Uh, and yeah, I think the rest of the villains or the rest of the antagonists haven't been all that crazy. Um, I don't know. I don't know. They just haven't been all that crazy. I think that was probably like the first crazy one, and also the end when Luffy rings the bell and one black guy and the two monkeys are able to hear it down below. Uh, Man, that's like stuff like that. Man, just make me like I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't balling my eyes out, but I was like, damn, he really doing it. He really doing it. um, I think my favorite arc so far, if I have to like put him in order, I think I would put Sky Island and Arlong Park. Arlong Park reeled me in. Sky Island reeled me in even more, and then Water 7, which I just finished or I'm about to finish, has officially made me stay. All right, we're here to stay, which is kind of crazy because it's like 340 chapters in. But yeah, I'm about to enter Annie's lobby arc, and I'm hoping for some good stuff. But yeah, I think Arlong Park was the first one. I was like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. That scene with Nami where she's asking Luffy for help, real nice. Sky Island. Honestly, I was talking to some of my friends and they said like not a lot of people like Sky Island. It's kind of not really that all that fun. But for some reason, I didn't think that. I actually quite liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun. I didn't have a problem with it. The only thing I did have a problem with is like right towards the climax, they like stopped and started telling the story of the Shandorians and pretty much like how Sky Island came to be and the story of Nolan and Caligara and how they became friends and why why the bell is so important, which is cool. It's cool. They also did that in Water 7 for Cuddy Flam or Frankie, which is fine. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but I think sometimes it gets a bit rough. Sometimes it gets a bit rough. Like in Sky Island, it did get a bit rough, but you pushed through and it was well worth it. But yeah, I'm about to enter Annie's lobby, and what's funny is people would always say once you get to episode 300 or something or 500, it's gonna get real good. That was the main thing that always like stopped me from watching it. I would watch it, but then I remember, wait, people be saying it don't get good to episode like 200, 100 or something, and it's just like that's a crazy thing to say for an anime that's a thousand plus episodes long. But yeah, it's been nice. If I have to name off a couple things I don't like, I think Luffy. I know he's kind of one of the main characters. I don't. So far, I don't like him. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's either stupid, or even more stupid. Right? He has some cool moments when he fights, but other than that, he's either stupid or more stupid, and it's kind of it's rough. And it kind of got me thinking: why does every anime protagonist like have this like stupid attitude? Not stupid, but like they're dumb. They're silly. Like why? Why? Naruto, I think, is a good example. I don't know if there's any anime. I guess like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. Maybe JJK or like the few Solo Leveling, obviously. Or probably like the few anime where the protagonist isn't like just dumb. But Luffy is quite something. He's quite something. But yeah. Also, Sanji. Right now, Sanji just hopped on the train to get Robin and Usopp, and the train's going to Annie's lobby. So he's had a few different dialogue in this part of Water 7, but up until now, I feel like most of his lines are either simping over Nami or simping over Robin or something about cooking. By kid you not, 90% of his lines is him simping over Nami or Robin, and it's kind of getting to me. It's kind of getting to me. If I had to say my favorite character so far, even though I just said this about him, I think Sanji. I think he just, I don't know. He's always smoking a cigarette or something. He had a cool line where like it now like zapped him with lightning and lit up his cigarette. He's like, oh good, I wanted a light anyways. And it was cool. Um, I think I'll put Zolo or Zoro right after. Chopper, Robin. I'll put Nami, and then I'll go ahead and put Did I say Usopp already? I guess Usopp if I didn't already say him, and then I'll put Luffy down at the bottom. Like I said, he's just a real silly guy, and I don't know. It's not all that fun sometimes, but yeah. I mean, like I said, we're on chapter 340. Well, we're on chapter like 360 right now. We're about to enter Enies lobby. What I'm doing is during the week, most of the manga I consume is either One Piece or maybe like Apothecary Diaries. Um, during the weekend, I sort of just chill and just kind of read whatever I feel like. So like yesterday, I completed the first volume of Villain Saga. Not the first three volumes, because the deluxe edition has like a big book. It's like a big book of it. So I finished that yesterday. Was gonna start the second, but I kind of wanted to start Berserk. So I'm reading Berserk right now. Well, not right now because I'm playing this game, but I'm current manga during the weekend is I'm reading Berserk. There's also a bunch of other manga I'm reading, like Frieren. There's an Eldering manga which I kind of thought was gonna be cool. It's okay. It kind of just does like this like humor or comedic look on Eldering, which is fine. The game is already serious enough, I guess. But I think it would have been cool to just have seen like a manga or something of Eldering where like it's like seriously taken. But it's fine. It's nothing crazy. What else have you been reading? Frieren, Elden Ring, Apothecary Diaries, um, Bleach. But the thing with Bleach, here's how I like to read manga. I don't like to read Volume 5 if I know I'm not gonna have Volume 6 for quite some time. Right? That's just how I am. I don't know. Even with anime, I don't like really waiting. Like JJK, I'm probably gonna start reading the manga for soon because I'm kind of getting tired of waiting around. Um, so I haven't read Volume 3, but I've read 1 and 2. But the manga store I go to, which is Barnes and Nobles, for some reason has 1, 2, 3, skips 4, and then they have 5, 6, 7, and so on. I don't know why they never have 4. Either everyone needs 4, or they just don't carry it, so I'm gonna have to order it online, which is fine, but that's more waiting around I have to do. Um, and yeah, like I said, Villain Saga, Berserk. So probably the few. Oh, Wreckage Ragnarok, but I can't seem to find Volume 2 anywhere, so I have to order that online as well. Free rent, I'm kind of taking slow. Most of the manga I'm reading on my phone that I buy, like on my books app, I do sort of take it slow. I actually read this manga not too long ago. It's called Hell. This was just supposed to be about One Piece, but I guess we're just talking about manga now. But I read this manga called Hell's Paradise. I watched the anime a while back, and it was honestly just real fucking good. And then it ended on like this big cliffhanger, so I kind of felt like I was like, what, I gotta read the manga. So this year I read the manga, and honestly, quite quite good. It's only 13 volumes, so it's not big or anything. And I was kind of hoping it would be like one of those big anime because I was really liking the characters in the story, but it ended with volume 13. But that's fine. The ending was real nice. I'm the type of guy that doesn't always like to see a happy ending. I feel like we always see happy endings, and in this manga, we had a happy ending, and I actually quite enjoyed it. Um, and yeah, there's a couple manga I do plan on starting. Vagabond is one of them. So Vagabond, a lot of people have been telling me to watch, not watch, been telling me to read because I'm reading Vinland Saga, and I guess Vinland Saga and Berserk and Vagabond are like these three. I don't want to say the big three of the modern day, but they're like these three. I don't know. Instead of telling like a story of like most shonen, it's just combat and combat. It's kind of focusing more on like like Thorfinn. Thorfinn's thing is Askeladd killed his dad, and he's with the crew, and he lives up to, I don't remember what age, but it's like age 18, trying to get revenge for his dad and try and kill Askeladd, and Askeladd dies in a fucking battle. Never gets that revenge. 18 years of his life completely gone. And what now? Like, is it worth it? So it's kind of like character development, I suppose. You know, like the thing in Villain Saga is you have no enemies, right? That sort of thing there, and it's yeah. So that, and I know people say Berserk and Vagabond sort of follow somewhat of the same thing. Not quite as you have no enemies, but more of just like this character development with the protagonist, which I think is pretty cool. That's cool to see, right? We don't often see that quite all the time, so that's pretty cool. A little bit different. I know a lot of people didn't like season 2 of Vinland because of the amount of action was less compared to the first season, but I mean, I didn't think there's anything wrong with it. I've watched season 1 and 2. I'm just reading the manga, so I could just kind of get through it already. Um, yeah, there's definitely some other manga I want to start reading. I don't want to just read shonen. That's also another thing. So like Apothecary Diaries, I'm on volume 3. I have volume 6. I have up to volume 6 right now, but I ain't really rushing. I'm like taking my time. You know, I don't know. It's not action packed, but it's enough to keep me like in right. So we're kind of chilling reading that, and it's been cool. It's been cool. I haven't had any complaints. Um, I think I might, like, I try and go to like the manga store maybe like once a week, right? I'm trying to start my own manga collection, so I have a bookshelf already, and it's kind of already getting full. The first shelf is all manga because I have a bunch of manga that I like picked up the first volume or the first two and just never continued on. So I could honestly just read those. Like honestly, here, hold on. Hello. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I just switched mics while recording, so we'll see if this works. But I still have. Let's take a look here. So I've watched Tokyo Ghoul, the first series, but I never watched Tokyo Ghoul Re because I wanted to start reading the manga. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get the Tokyo Ghoul manga. But I didn't realize Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re were completely different. So I bought Volume 1 thinking it was Tokyo Ghoul. And then someone was like, bro, you didn't watch Tokyo Ghoul? That's Tokyo Ghoul Re. So I watched Tokyo Ghoul, and now I have 4 volumes of Tokyo Ghoul Re, which I finished reading already. I have 1 volume of Death Note, which I don't really know why I picked up. Because when I picked it up, I had already completed Death Note. So I think it might have just been like, just add to the collection, which is fine. Which I bought this years ago, but that's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I bought this manga called Samurai 8, which I have yet to read. I also asked this question the other day. Some people buy manga and don't read them. Like one of my friends at work buys manga. He buys manga and he reads them, but he doesn't read them right away. Like he said, it could be a year, a few months before he reads it, which I think is actually kind of crazy. But that's, you do you. But Samurai 8, the tale of Hachimaru, so could be good. I don't know. We'll probably read that soon. We have One Punch Man, Volume 1, Doctor Stone, Volume 1. I picked up this manga a while back. It's called Beyond the Clouds: The Girl Who Fell from the Sky. I have Volume 1 and Volume 2. So I guess they probably will start reading this, and maybe it's good and we'll go ahead and continue it. I don't know. Doctor Stone, which I already said. Kind of same thing. Kind of just picked it up, but haven't read it yet. I mean, the manga I'm naming off right now, I picked up a while back, like years ago, and never read them. I have this light novel. It's a movie now, which I've already seen, but it's called Your Name. The movie was pretty nice. Maybe someday we'll read the light novel. Legend of Zelda. Which one is this? Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time, whatever however you want to pronounce it.
Wreckage Ragnarok, Bleach 1 through 3, Apothecary Diaries 1 through 6. We're reading 3 right now. Yeah, and then the rest are just normal books. And then Vinland Saga Deluxe 1 and 2 and Berserk 1 and 2. So we're building the collection, but my shelf is growing. So I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll like actually use a camera to record, so you guys just like sort of see what I'm building here. But yeah, I got a couple figurines, nothing great. Actually, they're not even figurines. They're like what are they called? Like Funko Pops or U2s. I've one of uh, it's well, I call him Obi Tool, but what's his name? Toby. I've one of Toby. One of Goku, and I have a special edition General Grievous because Star Wars is the goat. And then I have a sea bass because I love fishing. But I think what I'm gonna do is try and build my own like I don't know. There's these things called floating shelves, and you pretty much hang them on the wall, and they look like they're floating because you don't really see like where they're hanging from. So I kind of want to do that on my wall, but that's something I have to do it for my own little project, which is fine. I got a little bit of carpentry skill in me. Oh my god, I'm talking too much. I'm running out of breath here. And yeah, so that's gonna be fun to do. I'm honestly just enjoying building the manga, building the manga collection. It's something I've always wanted to do, but I don't know. But like when I was younger, I wasn't really much of a nerd. I was a nerd, but I always kind of like hid it, or I was always too busy with sports or something. So I never really did anything nerd like. I mean, I still watch the anime and stuff, but nothing like how I'm doing right now. Like the amount of video games I've played, the amount of manga I've been reading, the anime I've been consuming has just gotta be honest, it's been quite a bit of fun. Quite a bit of fun. So I kind of can't wait to see what we do with that because nowadays it's kind of all I want to talk about is just manga and anime. But yeah, we will go ahead and end this one here. Thank you for watching. I mean, I think Hell's Paradise I want to do a video on, and I also think Invincible. I'm not done with it yet. For Invincible, I sort of rushed the last, like the first two compendiums, so compendium 1 and 2, and the third one. I'm sort of waiting a little bit. I mean, I'm already past what the show shows, right? I'm already past where you're able to see the show, so I'm pretty much just, you know. So I feel like I'm kind of cruising along. So yeah, but I think I don't know. I think for now, like I said, we're kind of waiting. I don't really want to read number 3 yet, but we're kind of waiting on it. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this talk. It's been real cool. Can't wait to play this game even more. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.